Last week's performance obviously disappointing for the whole team, but over the last 4 games you can certainly take some positives from the young players that have come into the squad.
No doubt about that, and going back to last week, I certainly believe I'm very honest in my analysis of any game that I'm involved in, and I like to call a spade, and I sincerely like to apologise to each of our fantastic fans that travelled last week and witnessed, one of the worst performances, certainly under my reign at this football club. And sometimes in football you scratch your head and you wonder why that is, and inconsistency over the last 30 years at our football club has always played a big part in terms of where this club performs, whether it's in the first division, whether it's at the bottom end of the top flight football, and that is something that we'll have to eradicate at our football club, is inconsistency. It just gets in the road of everything that you want to achieve. But on positives, you look at last week's game and you say, well, it's the same starting line-up, all bar the goalkeeper, it's the same as the last 3 previous games, and we've brought true qualities within those games. Young players have come through. Sean Kelly, young Jason Naismith makes a debut last week. Young John McGinn getting back to the form, and young Kenny McLean hitting the form that we all know that he can do. And these are games that you then analyse and think, well, where did it go wrong? And basically it was just a bad day at the office for us. It's one that we want to put behind us. I know the character that the players have, and I know the potential that we have. I've seen it over the course of season after season, and just now I'm not seeing it as highly as much as what I would like to see it, but the makings of it are there, and we've certainly got the makings of good young players coming through along with good experience. But the biggest thing that we have to do is make sure that we bring the level of performances and the level of our characters week in and week out.
Obviously looking ahead to this Saturday against Ross County, a lot of the supporters will remember the 5-4 game from last season. What are your thoughts ahead of Saturday?
Yeah, that was an absolutely fantastic game. I think you've got to take inspiration from Ross County. They find themselves last season where we are just now. I think 2 wins, and they then go and finish in the top half of the table, getting a wonderful fifth place finish, I think they did. And it just shows you that if you get the middle part of your season right, you can go and achieve, and that's certainly something that we'll strive to do. The last encounter last season was a 5-4 thriller, as you say, down at St Mirren Park. And what a game it was. Stevie Thompson scoring that wonderful overhead kick. Our last home game there against St Johnstone, we get another 7-goal thriller with Stevie Thompson once again scoring a late winner for us. And for me, that's what football's all about, is making sure that you guys are getting fully entertained and going away happy with a smile on your face. And a repeat of the 2 results and performances would be lovely.
Finally, any injuries ahead of Saturday?
Gary Taylor's still struggling with a groin problem that he sees a specialist early part next week, that we hopefully will put right or wrong and get his operation if there's one required there. Christopher Deal is making very good progress, and there will only be another week to 10 days away. And David Barn is making very, very good progress, although he's still long term just now.
That's great, thanks Dan.